Well, I'd say she's good and used. Probably my clunk. So I don't know if you guys have ever done an outer tie rod end, but there's a little trick you do to kind of make sure your alignment is still kind of where it needs to be. When you're taking this off, you want to make sure that you count how many rotations you did when you pull it off. So like this. So it's how many threads you take off. 1, 2, 3, and then you do that until you have it off. Or what you can do is you can kind of count until you're at that nut there. This nut that you break loose, but I got a couple rotations on it. That's why I'm counting, just to make sure, so that my alignment is somewhat close, so that when I finally get over to the alignment shop, I can not burn up all my tires on the way over there because my steering wheel is crooked as hell. And then you also need to be careful because some of these you have to grease and some of them are non-greasable fittings. This one has a grease fitting on it, so we got to pull out the grease gun, bump it up, let it get some lube in it, you know, so it can... Oh yeah! Alright, so if you ever do an inner tie rod on a Taurus, 1 5/16, at least on this generation. Big old pain in the butt, had to go around for 4 different stores, and then I ended up with an adjustable, was able to just get it off, but we've got everything on this side done. We've got the inner and the outer. I tried replacing just the outer to see if that's what it was, but apparently it's not just that. This whole thing is just messed up, I guess. There's the 2 old ones. Got the new ones in. We put some Moog on this side. Hopefully the other side is still in good condition. If it's not, I'll order some other parts and get that coming. So, noise is still there. I'll do the other side also. If not, it's probably sway bar end links. But probably not a bad idea to do them anyways, just considering the shape of these is kind of loose. And you can get the parts for decently cheap. So we'll have new control arms on both sides. We'll have new inner and outer tie rods on both sides. And then hopefully in alignment. And then this car will be good for some power. Boom, and by the power of my laziness of not filming, I went to Napa and got another inner and outer for the other side. And no more clunk. Good to go. And I guess if you were ever curious about what an Audi A3 looked like with literally no springs, so this is static, it's just got shocks on there. This is what it looks like. These are the wheels off of my Golf R, the stock wheels, but we've got the engine in the crate now, ready to be sold, and then just a bunch of other stuff kind of laying around on it. And the old exhaust underneath, just chilling, so that we can, you know, reuse it if we need to. But honestly, I am really liking the hood stack. It's not super obnoxious once it warms up. The cold start is rowdy as hell, but once you get idling and warmed up, it's got a nice tone to it, I'm not gonna lie. And when the windows are up on the highway, it doesn't really drone that bad. The only thing is if I'm sticking my hand out the window, I'm in direct path of the exhaust, so can't really run with windows down with my arm out anymore. So I don't know. That might change when I put the hood on because of the aerodynamics a little bit, because right now we've got a fuck you level of like airflow. So once I put that hood back on and cut it, hopefully maybe with the smoothness it'll be not as bad, but I don't know. Plus this is also not the final revision of this because I just wanted it out and to make sure that I wasn't gonna, you know, hate it and cut the hood and then have a cut hood and not want to use it. So this is just a direct path out. We might angle it up, I don't know. Might end up adding a little bit more pipe on the end of it. Probably not, but you know, all things considered, it's not the final revision. But pretty neat, not gonna lie. Don't need that where we're going. What in tarnation? Can fist that one. So, kind of some jagged edges. Not too bad, honestly. Decent for just eyeballing it. I'm gonna get a bezel around it so that it looks better. I'm gonna make one. But, it's actually kind of wide, all things considered, and I messed up my paint in a few spots, even though I tried masking it so I would protect it, but I kind of went through the masking tape from the vibrations. But, I'm satisfied with the results. Not too bad. I'm gonna wrap the downpipe so that we can kind of save the brake reservoir from being melted under the hood. But I need to make a shield for this, and gonna get with my buddy who does a lot of rallying, so they've got a lot of temp management type stuff, and we'll get some proper quality components going right there to protect the brake reservoir and the positive terminal so that we can do this right. But in the meantime, I wrap this up. Got a nice little wrap job going with just a hose clamp on the end because I didn't have any stainless zip ties. But I'm gonna let that dry off a little bit and then have a nice little finished product here. Not bad. Looking a little weird back here without any exhaust. Oh, look at them BC coilovers. So, car's filthy. Hood's cut. We got a few more things we gotta do. We got an alignment so that I'm not burning up these expensive tires that were given to me. And we got some Wilwoods to replace these calipers from Dadmobile off of his show, which he's also pushing for a lot of power. His car still runs compared to most of the other guys. You know, my old car didn't run anymore, and Andrew's, well, 802 show is getting some new stuff on it. But he also sent me this. This is my original crash bar off the last car, and that'll go right in there. And then I'll be able to have that intercooler a bit more exposed, because I don't know if you guys have watched the other videos, but down in here, this is all intercooler also that is just completely blocked off. Oh, would you just look at it? A couple other things. I cut back the wire loom over here where the oxygen sensor is so that I can have a shorter oxygen sensor. This is very, very temporary. We got to figure out some stuff back in here. But the oxygen sensors had to be extended to reach the downpipe that was in there. And so I've been trying to come up with a solution to kind of not have to do that. This front one is still very long, but the tune is only based off of bank 1. So wanted to shorten that one back to OEM length and was able to just barely get it on there. But I'll take what I can get on that because I think that's going to help out the tune a bit. So let me give this thing a cold start. It's 9 a.m. Monday morning. I'm assuming everybody's up and ready for work already. So let's just slam this. It's rowdy. It's rowdy. So with that, I'll leave you guys until the next one. Things still won't die. 346,000 miles. Definitely has to park over a oil pan because, you know, some leakage, but, you know, still kicking.